Hey guys, thank you for joining us. We're back. I know we've been, missing lately, but with a bunch of movies and stuff, but we're back now. We both got a little busy.
Yeah, and today we decided to come back strong and review a sequel to one of my favorite movies from a couple of years ago, and I'm sure yours, The Conjuring 2.
Yup.
Patrick Wilson and Elizabeth Olsen are back as everyone's favorite paranormal badasses, Ed and Lorraine Warren, this time busting ghosts in London. After a family is harassed by the ghost of Charlton Heston, Patrick Wilson and Maggie Gyllenhaal must use their wit and expertise to figure out why they're in a horror movie in the middle of June. Also, Prince is dead.
What does Prince have to do with anything right now?
What did you think of, or what was your initial reaction to The Conjuring 2?
I have to be honest, at first I was thinking this is yet another sequel no one asked for, and it was just, going into it, I didn't expect anything of it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, the first one, I didn't give a fuck when I went to go see it, and I was quite upset that I had to go see it. And then when I sat through that movie, it was pretty fun.
Okay, but before we get into all the gritty details and stuff, I guess we could just summarize in a little bit, what is the movie about, and stuff. So Go for it.
Well, it's basically following another adventure of the Warrens, which I guess this is based on a true story kind of thing.
Real family back in the 70s.
So the Warrens are paranormal investigators, and this is a case where they go to London, where there's a girl who's being possessed by an old person.
That was a great summary.
Yeah. We
should just go straight into it. What'd you like about it?
James Wan directed the first one too?
I don't know. I just know his name is big in the horror. Like he's also producing that new one that's coming out called Lights Out.
He's done a couple of the Fast and the Furious too, yeah?
Is that him?
Maybe. All Asians are the same. So
oh my god.
I don't know. I just like the way that he directed it. This is on paper, when I was watching the movie, I was reading it too, like a script. Imagine if I was reading a script. It's the most bland, normal horror movie you'd ever see, but the way that he shoots it is fun.
We've been, on our time apart, doing our own little research, and you showing me these little clips of directors and their image and their shots and stuff. This had a lot of wonders, from the very beginning, just the sequence and the setup of everything is kind
Explain what that is. People don't know. Explain what a wonder is.
Oh.
You're so presumptuous.
When you're writing a movie, you're writing a script, you're writing scenes. And so multiple scenes can look different, but how you choose to present those scenes can be in a one shot. So it's very Spielberg does it very, masterfully, where he'll start off in a doorway somewhere and the camera's flowing or following, and then so it's doing all the sequences of writing these scenes, but doing it in one motion and then ending at one place and then starting another place.
Yeah, there's a lot of fancy camera work in this movie, which is pretty impressive for a B horror movie.
Yeah, but that's what took me out of my element that I think that I liked. That it had not just a shot, but it was kind of like the flow following the actors. And
What didn't you like?
What didn't I like? I guess I know I mentioned to you before that it has a nice way of setting up stuff and then having them pay off later. It was predictable. You could see all those stuff coming. But any kind of horror film, I think it just becomes predictable in itself.
There's only so many ways that you can possess someone and kill people.
One of the other things I liked about the movie is that it subtly sets it up where you think the girl is lying. They did a really good job doing that. You think that she's doing all this bullshit, but it turns out that it's kind of real, whatever. And so
I don't think it's that subtle. I think they just sort of because they hint at it with the woman who doesn't believe them when they organize the team. Of paranormal.
But that was cliche too, though.
Yeah.
There always had to be the one person that says,
bitch.
I don't believe you. And then either have that bitch experience it herself or just be like, okay, so she is the reasonable truth in the movie.
Yeah.
Everything else is supernatural, and so
With
she's
her
the one
too,
concrete
it was
thing.
unbelievable to me that even despite all the things that they had saw, she was still trying to prove that
It was
wrong.
because she was there when like all the
Yeah.
kind of unexplainable things were happening, but then she says, "Okay, I'm just gonna set up this one
Yeah.
camera and then catch her in the
And it's
ass."
just like you just have that one tape now and all of it. I don't know.
This movie shouldn't have worked for me,
Mm.
but it did. I don't know why it did. It was fun. It was catchy, but
I think that's just how Justin Wan is. I think
It's
that's just
James
how
Wan.
whatever. I just think that's how he is because I felt the same way when I saw the first one. That I knew I was gonna hate that movie, and I came out of there with a smile on my face because I loved it.
I love horror movies, and so I've watched, Insidious, Insidious 2, Insidious 3, and all this stuff. So I'm kind of getting tired of that one actor doing the same kind of.
Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, he's kind of like his face is coming up. Like he's becoming like the new who used to do it, like Vincent Price. Vincent Price.
Who is the girl? I kept turning to you and try to predict. Like, is that
Fajima.
Famke Jess from X-Men? No, I thought it was. She looks like Elizabeth Olsen and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
That's racist.
It's not.
You're trying to say all
She
white
looks
women look
exactly like. I'm sure we're gonna cue it side by side right now, but she looks exactly like Elizabeth Olsen or Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Well, they do look similar, but she actually hasn't done a lot. Like
This woman?
Like I don't remember seeing her in any other things beside The Conjuring, and then before that, she'd done a couple of things like in
Porn.
Oh my God, no.
I really enjoyed the relationship, even from the first one. But
Ed
in
and
this one too.
Lorraine?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
always a joy.
They have good chemistry.
Yeah, and even separately, the characters are really well thought out. Like I love him because he's like that guy who's just like crazy shit can happen. He's like, but we're just gonna keep going. It's like, why? You should be scared out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
And she's, sweetheart, I guess.
She seems to fall within that trope of like, I'm a woman and I need a man kind of situation. Because she was talking about it like a little bit in the movie. So I finally found someone that would believe me and all things is right. And it's just kind of, it felt in that particular scene when she was talking to the little girl about that. It's just like, well, you needed a man to rescue you, to believe in you. But then again, this is coming back from like the 70s and like, before all that stuff happened. So,
So what would you give The Conjuring 2?
From order rating out of 5 or 10, what is it now?
I forget
Since we have such a large gap,
Do we even have a YouTube channel?
out of 5. I would give it a solid 3 for myself.
Solid 3. I think I'm there with you. 3.
I'll give it a 3. I mean,
It had great moments in it and is well directed, but it just lacked something that I don't know. I can't put my finger on.
yeah. But this is like just a good example of what like just setting up shots and like delivering everything. Because I'm pretty sure, like you said, it was a mediocre script, but just how they directed it and how they executed it made it fun to watch.
Prince is dead. I just want to remind you all about that, and you should never ever forget the sacrifices Prince sacrificed for you.
You know what? In honor of Prince, maybe our next one should be we should review Purple Rain.
Yeah, I think
Just
it's
for
time
fun.
to unleash that dragon.
Well, for you, I'm ready
Or
to
we
talk
could do
shit
it
about
Under
it.
the Cherry Moon.
Oh, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. You're just a little insecure about getting old.
Bitch, you're getting old.
You're fucking getting old. Look at your titties, bitch. I think it's just we're not part of their social trend anymore. We can't,
Who can be part of it?
we can't relate to it.
Who can relate to it?
I'm pretty sure you have like tons of these stories that you just don't want to admit. You're getting old, bitch.
I might have one.